Hello and welcome to Beyond Borders Briefing, the channel where we bring you the latest news and analysis on international affairs. And today we're going to talk about the recent tension in the South China Sea between the Philippines and China. The South China Sea is a strategic waterway that is rich in natural resources and vital for global trade. It is also a hotspot of territorial disputes, as several countries claim overlapping parts of the sea and its islands. China claims more than 90% of the sea, based on its historical maps, and has been building artificial islands and military bases to assert its sovereignty. However, other countries, such as Vietnam, Malaysia, Brunei, Taiwan, and the Philippines, also have their own claims, based on international law and their proximity to the sea. One of the most contested areas is the Scarborough Shoal, a group of rocks and reefs that lies about 120 nautical miles from the Philippine coast. The shoal is rich in fish and has strategic value for both countries. China seized control of the shoal in 2012, after a standoff with the Philippine Navy. Since then, China has restricted access to the shoal for Filipino fishermen, who have traditionally fished there for generations. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, saying that China had no legal basis for its claims and had violated the Philippines' rights to fish and explore resources in its exclusive economic zone. However, China rejected the ruling and continued to occupy the shoal. The Philippines, under then-President Rodrigo Duterte, decided to set aside the ruling and pursue closer ties with China, hoping for economic benefits and cooperation. However, things changed when Ferdinand Marcos Jr. became president of the Philippines in 2022. Marcos Jr. is the son of former dictator Ferdinand Marcos, who ruled the country with an iron fist from 1965 to 1986. Marcos Jr. has taken a more assertive stance against China, restoring security ties with the United States and granting American troops wider access to Philippine military bases. He has also vowed to defend Philippine sovereignty and interests in the South China Sea. On Friday, September 22, 2023, the Philippine Coast Guard discovered a floating barrier installed by China to block Philippine fishing boats from entering the Scarborough Shoal. The barrier was about 300 meters long and made of bamboo poles and fishing nets. The Coast Guard said it had been instructed by President Marcos Jr. to remove the barrier and protect the rights of Filipino fishermen in the area. The removal operation was met with resistance from Chinese Coast Guard vessels and a maritime militia boat, which issued radio challenges and accused the Philippine ship and fishermen of violating international and Chinese laws. However, the Chinese boats backed off when they realized that there were media personnel on board the Philippine vessel. The Coast Guard successfully removed the barrier and allowed Filipino fishermen to access the shoal. The Philippine government said that the barrier posed a hazard to navigation and a clear violation of international law. It also described the shoal as an integral part of Philippine national territory. The Chinese government defended its actions, saying that it had taken necessary measures after a Philippine boat intruded into Chinese waters. It also reiterated its sovereignty over the shoal and urged the Philippines to respect it. The incident has sparked a diplomatic row between the two countries, with both sides exchanging protests and warnings. The United States has expressed its support for its ally, the Philippines, and called on China to abide by international law and refrain from provocative actions. Japan has also urged calm and said that the South China Sea was central to regional stability. The Scarborough Shoal is not only a fishing ground but also a potential flashpoint for a larger conflict in the South China Sea. The removal of the barrier may be seen as a symbolic gesture of defiance by the Philippines against China's dominance in the area. However, it may also escalate tensions and lead to more confrontations between the two countries' forces. How will this affect their relations and the balance of power in the region? Will there be a peaceful resolution or a violent clash? These are some of the questions that we will explore in our next episode. Thank you for watching Beyond Borders Briefing. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more updates on world events. Until next time.